the illusion that something is wrong with you. You wake up. The day begins as any other. There's sunlight outside, coffee in your mug, responsibilities waiting, and still, something inside hurts. Not a physical ache, not something you can easily name. It's a kind of absence that pulses in your chest, a restlessness without address, the feeling that something is wrong with you, as if somewhere along the way you lost yourself, and now all you feel is this silent attempt to return. But what if nothing is wrong with you? What if this pain you're trying to silence is precisely what's right? What if it's the sound of your own birth, because only something being born cries out like this, only something on the verge of breaking through pulses like that? Alan Watts said that pain is not a mistake to be fixed, but a signal, an echo, an alarm blaring, not because there is a flaw in you, but because truth is surfacing. Because the character you believed yourself to be is starting to unravel, like an old shell cracking, like a garment that no longer fits, like a name you no longer recognize as yours. But we've been taught to erase pain, to hide it, to push it under routine, productivity, the illusion of normality. Western mind taught us that all pain must be eliminated, but the East listens, the East observes. D.T. Suzuki said that bamboo only grows after breaking from within. Perhaps your soul is merely trying to grow. You feel this rupture, but instead of growing, you retreat. Instead of listening, you hush it, as if numbing the pain equates to overcoming it, as if the silence bought by distractions were real peace. But the pain persists, not because it is punishment, but because it is an invitation. Maybe this pain isn't failure. Maybe it is vibrational maturation, the breaking of the surface, the slow death of the mask. William James said that the deep self only emerges when the superficial self collapses. The collapse then is not ruin, it's birth. What if the pain is that? A vibrational birth, a wordless cry of your true self, pushing to emerge from within the shell while you try to keep everything intact? Perhaps it's not time to return to normal. Perhaps it never was. Perhaps it's time to cross through the pain, like crossing a bridge made of shadows, to rediscover a light not from outside, but from within. Perhaps this pain is the sign that you are not getting lost. You are finally coming home. Topic 1. Pain is a vibrational birth code. You feel it, and almost always, the first impulse is to run, to return to what was before, to return to what is familiar, predictable, bearable. But what was before was imbalance. It was disconnection. It was an effort to look fine, while something inside screamed for change. Pain is not the end of a cycle. It's the friction between two worlds vibrating within you. On one side, the old field, dense, rigid, based on fear, control, image. On the other, a new field, more subtle, where there is presence, vulnerability, truth. And when these two collide, the body feels it. The chest tightens, sleep falters, emotions swing like tides without moon. Not because you are sick, but because you are passing through a portal. That discomfort is the space between frequencies. It's like ice beginning to melt. Neither solid nor liquid, just transition. But the modern impulse is to anesthetize, medicate the soul, distract the spirit, seek instant explanations, diagnoses, labels, manuals, all to avoid feeling, to avoid crossing. But in numbing, you interrupt the process. You block the birth. You cut the energy of the field trying to reprogram. And so, the pain becomes a loop. It returns. It intensifies. It spreads. Because you're not listening to what it came to say. It came to say something new wants to be born, and everything old must die first. The false spirituality that tries to escape pain. We live in times where even the sacred has become performance, where spirituality has become aesthetic, a game of pretty phrases, sunset selfies, and constant pursuit of elevated well-being. Peace has become a target, light has become a product, and pain became taboo. But the truth is cruder, rawer, and more sacred. True spiritual awakening is not peaceful. It is chaotic. It burns. It breaks. It disorganizes everything you thought you were, because the ego doesn't dissolve with gentle mantras. It dissolves when the ground vanishes, when control fails, when tranquility flees, and only you remain, exposed, in the face of the void. Alan Watts said life is like music. It's not about reaching the end. It's about dancing with every note, including the dissonant ones. Avoiding pain is like skipping essential notes of the melody. You may avoid discomfort, but in doing so, you erase whole passages of the song you came here to play. True spirituality is not about avoiding pain. It's about including it. It's about realizing that light does not arise outside darkness. It arises through it. The unconscious error of resisting the vibrational crisis. You want to grow, but you don't want to break. You want to change without losing anything. You want to awaken without giving up the comfortable sleep of the old identity. But there is something that needs saying. With tenderness and clarity, resisting the pain is resisting yourself. Performative spirituality wears calm, speaks of light, but is built upon fear of collapse. It's energetic makeup that conceals the wound, but doesn't heal it. You say, I am at peace, but inside, a war rages because the collapse was avoided. Resisting collapse is like preventing a butterfly from leaving its cocoon. It seems helpful, protective, but it is imprisonment. Worse, it sabotages the process. Pain is the new consciousness downloading into your system. It is code, a program rewriting your oldest patterns. Each tear, each wave of anguish, each void that settles are lines of this code being installed. Running away aborts the update, stops the birth. You are not in crisis. You are in transition. The birth of the true self is a neuro-emotional process. This pain you feel is not just energetic, it is neuro-emotional. It is written in your brain's connections, in your limbic system's impulses, in the invisible memories your mind has learned to repeat as truths. Deep emotional pain is synaptic. Your brain is reorganizing. It's abandoning old pathways to build new ones, and these shifts hurt, because for a new structure to be born, the old one must fall apart. That is the process neuroscience calls plasticity. But here, it is the birth of your true self. And in this birth, there is confusion, there is loss, a sense of identity evaporating, because who you believed yourself to be is dissolving, and everything you were begins to seem distant, strange, almost false. But it's not regression, not failure. It is purification, deconstruction of patterns that no longer resonate with you. And the more you resist, the longer the process drags. But if you embrace, it blossoms. Pain does not want to harm you. It wants to remind you. The diary of transformative pain. There is a silent way to converse with pain, not to cure it, but to listen, to let it reveal itself without pressure, without analysis, without haste. When discomfort arrives, write, but not to understand. Write to witness, like holding a mirror to the soul, a journal that seeks no answers, but offers presence. Record what you feel, what you dream, what pulses without a name. Do it on the hardest days, on the densest nights, when everything seems vague, confusing, strange, because in those moments the soul is closest to the surface, and what you write isn't for the ego to read. It is for the essence to reveal. Over time, the journal becomes a field, a map, a vibrational mirror reflecting the cycles of your mutation, and in that mirror, you begin to see, not with your eyes, but with awareness. You see, that pain was not a punishment, it was an invitation, the earthquake that reveals the source. Alan Watts said that only when the earth shakes can we see what's hidden beneath the soil. The same applies to the soul. When everything collapses, you glimpse what stability never showed. When the ground cracks, what lay underneath emerges, and what emerges is your essential river, your original vibration, that which was always there, but hidden by facades. Pain is that earthquake, and what it reveals is the source. Beneath the roles you learn to perform lies a silence, a frequency, an essence that seeks no applause, no certainties, no explanations. It simply is. And when everything breaks, it appears. Conclusion. Pain as the cry of your spiritual birth. The pain you feel is not punishment, not failure, not defect. It is the memory of your birth. The character you played is being undone. What you believed yourself to be is dying with dignity because something deeper is emerging. It surfaces like embers under ash. Alan Watts invites us, stop fleeing from yourself, because everything that hurts within you is not trying to hurt you. It is trying to be born. Carl Jung said, what you resist persists. What you embrace transforms. Pain doesn't need to pass. It needs to be traversed. Do not fear vibrating low while crossing. It is this raw vibration, this imperfect journey, that calibrates your real frequency. Embrace pain as one embraces a birth, an inner womb, where everything shouting inside you doesn't want to be rushed into healing. It wants to be received. It wants to be loved. It wants, ultimately, to breathe, because the pain you feel is your true self being born.